Masayoshi Son, the CEO of SoftBank. He's made some big investment announcements with President-elect Trump. $100 billion pledged over the next 4 years. What do you think is driving this massive commitment to AI and infrastructure in the U.S.?
Well, it's certainly a bold move, especially considering the global economic climate and some of SoftBank's recent investment setbacks. I think there are a few factors at play. First, the U.S. remains the world's largest economy and a hotbed for technological innovation. Access to that market is invaluable for any company looking to lead in AI.
That makes sense. The U.S. has a strong talent pool, research infrastructure, and a culture of entrepreneurship that's attractive to investors.
Exactly. And let's not forget the political landscape. President-elect Trump has been vocal about his desire to bring manufacturing and tech jobs back to the U.S. He's also pushing for policies that incentivize companies like SoftBank to invest here.
Like that expedited permitting process for companies investing $1 billion or more.
Precisely. That kind of streamlined regulation can be a major draw for foreign investors. It signals that the U.S. is open for business and wants to be a leader in the AI revolution.
But $100 billion is a staggering sum, even for a company like SoftBank. Where is that kind of money coming from? They've had some high-profile wins, but also some very public losses recently.
It's a valid question. SoftBank's recent earnings report showed about $29 billion in cash and cash equivalents. The remaining amount could likely come from a combination of sources.
Like the Vision Fund, capital projects, or even their stake in chipmaker ARM Holdings.
Those are likely candidates. The Vision Fund, in particular, has been a mixed bag for SoftBank. Investments in companies like Uber have paid off handsomely, but others like WeWork have been costly failures.
That WeWork investment was a tough lesson for many, not just SoftBank. But Son has a reputation for taking big swings. He seems convinced that AI is the next big thing.
He's been a vocal proponent of AI for years, even predicting the rise of artificial superintelligence, which he believes will require hundreds of billions in investment to realize. This latest pledge could be just the beginning of a much larger, long-term strategy for SoftBank.
He's even talked about the singularity, that point where artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence. It's fascinating and a bit unsettling to think about. But this raises a crucial question. Is this all just about economic gain for SoftBank? Or is there a larger vision at play here?
That's hard to say definitively. Son has positioned himself as a forward-thinking leader who sees technology, specifically AI, as a force for good. He believes it can solve some of humanity's greatest challenges. But of course, there's always a profit motive as well. If he's right about AI's potential, SoftBank stands to reap enormous rewards.
So potentially massive gains, but also significant risks. We've seen these grand technology promises before, and they don't always pan out. Remember the hype around 3D printing or the dot-com bubble? What lessons can we apply here?
We should definitely approach this with a healthy dose of skepticism. Technology hype cycles are a recurring theme, but unlike some fleeting trends, AI is already having a tangible impact on our lives, and that impact is only going to grow. The question is, who will control that growth, and how will it be used?
That's the crux of it, isn't it? Will this investment lead to a more equitable and beneficial future powered by AI? Or will it exacerbate existing inequalities and create new problems? That's what we'll be exploring as we delve deeper into this story.
Right. We need to examine both the potential benefits and the potential risks of this investment. Who stands to gain, and who might be left behind? What safeguards need to be in place to ensure responsible development and use of AI? These are all crucial questions we need to address. One of the biggest concerns, of course, is job displacement. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it's capable of automating tasks that were previously done by humans. This could lead to significant job losses in certain sectors.
That's a valid concern. We've already seen this happening in manufacturing and customer service, but some argue that AI will also create new jobs, potentially in fields we haven't even imagined yet. What's your take on that?
It's true that technological advancements throughout history have often led to new industries and job creation. However, the transition period can be incredibly disruptive and painful for those whose livelihoods are directly affected.
Exactly. And the pace of change with AI seems much faster than previous technological revolutions. How do we prepare for that level of disruption?
It requires a multifaceted approach. Education and retraining programs are essential to equip workers with the skills they need to adapt to this changing landscape. We also need social safety nets to support those who are displaced during a transition.
So it's not just about investing in the technology itself. We also need to invest in the people who will be impacted by it.
Absolutely. We can't simply focus on the potential economic gains without considering the societal implications.
Another concern is the potential for misuse of AI. This technology could be used for malicious purposes, such as surveillance, manipulation, or even autonomous weapons systems. How do we mitigate those risks?
That's where ethical considerations come into play. We need to establish clear guidelines and regulations for the development and deployment of AI. We also need international cooperation to ensure these technologies are not used for harmful purposes.
But who sets those guidelines? And how do we enforce them on a global scale? It seems like a daunting task.
It is a challenge, no doubt, but it's a challenge we must confront. We need a collaborative effort involving governments, industry leaders, researchers, and ethicists to create a framework for responsible AI development.
You mentioned autonomous weapons systems. That's a particularly frightening prospect. Machines making life or death decisions. How do we prevent that dystopian future from becoming a reality?
It's crucial to have open and transparent discussions about the implications of AI in warfare. We need to establish international treaties that prohibit the development and use of autonomous weapons systems. Human oversight and control must be paramount.
So essentially, we need to make sure that humans remain in the loop, that we don't completely cede control to machines, especially when it comes to matters of life and death.
Exactly. We need to be thoughtful and deliberate about how we integrate AI into our society. It's not about rejecting technology, but about using it responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity.
And that responsibility lies not just with governments and corporations, but with all of us. We need to be informed, engaged, and vocal about our values and concerns when it comes to AI.
I completely agree. This is not a passive situation. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI. We need to be aware of the potential benefits and risks, and we need to demand that these technologies are developed and used ethically.
It's a call to action, really. We can't just sit back and watch this unfold. We need to be active participants in shaping the future we want to see.
Precisely. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's a future we are creating, collectively through our choices and actions.
It's a lot to consider. This investment and the broader implications of AI will undoubtedly shape the world in profound ways.
It certainly is a pivotal moment. The decisions we make today about how we develop and deploy AI will have lasting consequences.
What do you see as the most crucial next steps? What needs to happen to ensure that this technology is used responsibly and for the benefit of all?
We need to shift the conversation from a purely economic focus to a more holistic one. It's not just about profits and job creation. It's about societal impact, ethical considerations, and the long-term well-being of humanity.
So moving beyond the hype and the headlines and really grappling with the complex ethical and societal questions that AI raises.
Exactly. We need to foster open dialogue and collaboration between experts from different fields, including technology ethics, social sciences, and policy. We need diverse perspectives to ensure that we're considering all the potential ramifications.
And that includes ensuring that the benefits of AI are shared equitably, that it doesn't exacerbate existing inequalities.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of potential biases in algorithms and data sets. We need to ensure that AI systems are designed and implemented fairly and transparently.
That transparency is key, isn't it? People need to understand how these systems work, how decisions are being made in order to trust them.
Trust is essential, and that trust can only be built through open communication, accountability, and a commitment to ethical principles.
So, in a sense,
Yeah.
the future of AI hinges not just on technological advancements, but on our ability to navigate these complex ethical and societal challenges.
Precisely. It's a shared responsibility. And it requires all of us to be engaged, informed, and proactive in shaping the future we want to see.
This has been an incredibly insightful conversation. Thank you for shedding light on these important issues.
It's been my pleasure.
Goodbye and see you in the next video.